Yes, you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, Surya.
Okay, Madhu, can you just start recording the session? Yeah, guys. So before going to this demo session, let me introduce myself. Then you can just go ahead for this to the demo one. So myself, Saurya, some people will be calling Saurya, some people will be calling as an Uday. Right, I have the total 12 years experience. I have been delivered more than 30 individual as well as the corporate training for the D365 as a retail and commerce training as well as the AX retail, and I have been delivered for the LS retail. Right. So coming to this D365 retail training, right? So what is our major agenda? What we are going to achieve with this training program, right? So as everyone knows that Microsoft D365 is one of the ERP, right? So I don't want to give this in detail explanation what is meant by the ERP and other things, since you already people are having some basic knowledge about what is meant by the ERP, right? So in D365 we have multiple kind of modules, like is in functional modules and technical modules. Coming to this functional, we have finance module, manufacturing modules, SEM modules, retail and commerce module, HR and payroll module, like advanced operation management. Out of that, we are going to deal for end-to-end operations about the retail and commerce module. So we are going to detail discussion. Consider you are not at all you don't have any idea about the retail, but you wanted to get that in detail knowledge from the D365 product level. So we'll be explaining from in detail. First, we'll try to explain theoretically. Okay, what is meant by the retail? What is meant by the stores? What is meant by the channels? What is meant by then we will try to execute into the system. So without understanding theoretically, you will not get any hands-on experience. First, you have to understand the concept. Once you're familiar with the concept, right, then we are going to detail discuss into the system level. That means we are going to give the input of the system. What input we are giving, that is in sequential manner. Suppose you are assigned for as a retail functional consultant for one of the project. You wanted to implement the project, right? Where you are going to start? What is your sequential steps? So in the training program level, we'll be considering as a live project. Consider you take example as a Reliance Fresh or like as in your Big Bazaar store or anything. So how you are going to start your activity? What is the first step on sequential step? What kind of checklist you are going to follow for implementation of the project? So end-to-end configuration will be executing in front of you. That's a live project we can able to say, right? That is our major one. The course content also, let me just share my course content. This course content is equivalent to there is a Microsoft certification called MB340. MB340 is a Microsoft certification for which is relevant to the retail and commerce module 1. Whatever the course we are covering, it is equivalent to your MB340 Microsoft certification course. The course content also I'll be sharing is for each and individual people. You can go through the course content also. Each and every day I'll be going with a plan. That means as I told, right, I'll take the live project, how I'm going to execute the live project into the system level, what kind of configuration I'm doing, how the execution is happening, how we can able to test it. Each and every component will be detailed discussions. Right? These are in detail course content. I'll try to share you individual people also. You can go through that. So here we are going to cover about the three kind of features we can just say. That is in retail stores, online store, that is an e-commerce stores, call center channels, right? So D365 retail and commerce is having the three type of business model. That means you can just say retail store. That's nothing but you can consider as in big bazaar or like as an more supermarket, right? D marts. Those things is will be calling as an retail store. That means physically, that is physically the stores is available. So to make this retail stores in live, there are n number of setups you have to do. A number of setup you have to do. So those things will be detailed discussed. Okay, what is the input we are giving? What is the output you are getting? The same way we can able to execute the call center channel also. We can create a separate call center channel. Then we can able to execute what is the basic functionality from the call center as well as to the advanced level also we can able to create. How many ways we can able to create the call center channel? What kind of activity which is handling by the call center channel? For the e-commerce also we are going to detailed discussion, but we have some limitations to create the e-commerce channel since we have a concept called tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 environments. For the demo purpose and training purpose, we will not be getting the type 2 environments. For e-commerce execution, which will be happening for the only for the type 2 environment. But we will be discussing how to create and all the component except the execution from the e-commerce part. But we will be doing this execution from the retail stores. We'll try to create multiple retail stores and we'll try to compare business models also. One store is in fashion industry, one store is in, we can consider some digital industry within one organization, how we can able to do those things also with detailed discussion about things. I'll try to share this course content, each and every information which is available, which is relevant to the MD341. Each and every component theoretically will explain, then we'll try to configure in the system, we'll try to show you the output also. So this is from the course content point of view. So let's talk about the in detail about what kind of component we are going to discuss about these three modules as I mentioned, right? Let's go to the right. So let's first you should understand as a retail functional consultant what is meant by the retail. Why? How many ways you can able to make the sales, right? Retail is a simple terminology which you are processing the sales to the customers. The customer may be come to the e-commerce channel, that is nothing but the online channel. You can take example as a customer, you are visiting to the Amazon website, you want to purchase something. That means physically you are not visiting to any store, you are visiting via web and you are trying to place the order. That means as a customer, you are trying to purchase some goods. Let's take the same example. Instead of going to the Amazon website or like a Flipkart website, physically you are visiting to some D-Mart store or like as a supermarket, like as a Big Bazaar or like as a Nilgiri store, whatever store. When you are visiting to the store, as a customer, you are trying to purchase some product. That means there is a sales, but there is a different ways. There is a different process which will be handling for the retail sales. So customer can directly visit to the store, physical store, he can able to purchase. That process will be calling as a retail sales. If customer is going to the online website and is trying to purchase, that will be calling as an online sales. There might be chances one more. So without going to the physical store, without going to the website, customer can call to customer care people. Let's take the simple example. Now you want to do big basket. So instead of going to the website, instead of going to the physical stores, as a customer, I can call to the big basket helpline number. When I call, the customer care people will be picking and they'll be requesting, sir, could you please provide your email ID, phone number, address. Once they collected all the information, customer information, what customer can do? I want 1 kg onion, 2 kg tomato. So you can request list of product over the phone call also. So that means via call center functionality also we can able to make the sale. So there's a 3 different kind of sales type. As I mentioned, one is in physical stores. That's nothing but you can take example as a Big Bazaars or more supermarket or D-Mart. This is a physical store. Second one is an online website. That's nothing but Amazon, Flipkart. Likewise, you can able to create. The third one is nothing but the call centers. Call center is nothing but over the phone call also you can able to take the order. So as a D365 as a standard system, it is capable to fulfill the business process, these 3 type of business process. So you may get one more question. Sir, we have some table management. So consider as an hotel industry for kitchen management, table management. Those kind of functionality as a D365, retail and commerce don't have the standard features. If you need, then you have to go for the total customization. But a standard feature, you can able to support the retail stores, like as in, you can just say Big Bazaars or like as in fashion industries also, digital industries also. So for retail industry, you can able to physical store, you can able to manage, but there is some limitations also. For as I mentioned, for hotel industry, it will not support. Support in the sense as a standard solution, it's not support, but you can able to customize as per your business requirement. But standard, this many type of stores sales types will be supported by the Microsoft. That's nothing but the D365 retail and commerce module. Anyone having any questions here? You have to compare each and every, when I'm explaining something, right? You have to think that till now you might be having as a customer perspective. As a customer, you're visiting to the store and you're trying to purchase some product and you're paying amount and you're collecting the goods and you're receiving the receipt from the cashiers. But now, as a retail functional consultant, you have to think from the 2 perspective. One is in customer perspective also. Second thing from the company perspective also. So when you're handling, when you're taking some product, like you can take an example as an 1 kg rice bag, right? If your item you want to purchase from the store means that item they have to bring from the different sources. That is a back-end level activity. That is a supply chain management. But as a retail, you should know basics concept about your supply chain management also. We will be covering, that means how to create the product. There's a multiple type of products is there. Service product is there. Normal product is there. Again, product variant is there with a combination of sizes, color, style. Those things also will try to cover. But why? Because it is mandatory. Without item, without combinations, you can't able to create your retail sale. It's not that you are learning only for the retail and commerce module here. You will be learning SCM also. It's a basic, not that end-to-end SCM information you can just say, which is dependent. That means if you wanted to complete the retail operation, right? There is some list of activity as SCM part, but we'll be covering those kind of activities also, like creating the sales price, creating the products, creating the barcode information. Those information also we'll try to explain in detail. Guys, anyone having any questions till now what we have discussed? Okay, so consider we don't anyone having any question. If you have any question, you can just try to ask. So first here will be detailed discussion about the architect level also. That means when you suppose you are assigned for one retail project within one country, you can consider. So you can consider as a Reliance only, Reliance company. You are assigned for the as from IT company and you wanted to implement the D365 retail and commerce for the Reliance company. So first thing, as a retail functional consultant, what you will do? You will gather the requirement from the customers. That's not what kind of stores currently you are having. Are you maintaining any physical store? Are you maintaining any online store? Are you maintaining any call center? You will be gathering all the information, right? Once you gather the information, first you should understand about the how D365 commerce will work, right? You should know about the architecture also, in detail architecture. That means within D365 retail and commerce HQ, that we can just say retail and commerce level, we can able to manage your retail store business also. We can able to manage your e-commerce business also. We can able to manage the call center business also. So when business is confirmed that there is a three type of businesses, you should understand about in detail architecture, how you wanted to deploy your architecture. That means when you are deploying the solution, you should know about total architecture part also. Will be detailed discussion about what kind of component, how the data will transfer. See, consider your head office in Mumbai location, but your stores in Hyderabad, Chennai are like as in different locations. How you are transferring the data from one location to one location, right? How you wanted to maintain the master. Suppose you are having the three different stores in the three different states. So do you require to create master data for each and every store? Do you require how you are transferring the data from one location to one location? How you are pulling the data from one location? That means store level you have done the sale. Those sales you have to pull back to the head office level. So how you are going to send the data from head office to store? How the data you are pulling from sales transaction from store to head office? What kind of connector is involved? What kind of databases is involved? How the data is transferring? Whether it's encryptable or not, how the data packages will be there, how we can able to verify those data, what is a package, how many records is updated from one location to one location, how we can able to avoid the duplication records from one location to one location, right? Each and every component will be detailed discussion from e-commerce level as well as the store level as well as the call center level. What kind of payment methods is involved, how we can able to configure when you're swiping the card, how the system will understand that this, when you swipe the card, how the system is connecting to the bank level, how they are getting the response from bank to the system, right? The same way we can able to configure to third-party shipping services also, like as in Blue Dart, Professional Courier, how we can able to integrate, or we can just say configure third-party shipping services also. So there is some loyalty card services is there, gift card services is there, multiple discounts is there. Each and every component will be detailed discussion from going further sessions. Right? Apart from that, as I mentioned, retail is we can just say it will support multi-branded retail stores. It's not only for your fashion stores. It will support your supermarket. It will support your hypermarket. It will support your digital stores. Nothing with electrical stores. It will support your fashion stores. So you can able to, based on your business requirement, you can able to configure your system and you can able to use it. The second thing is major part is a centralized management. Suppose your company having the 10 stores or 100 stores, you can able to maintain data also into the centralized. You don't need to create for each store level data. You can create one masters, then you can able to share this master information across all the stores also. You can create prices for store to store prices also separately, or else you can maintain all one state, all stores is in one price. Right, you can that kind of capability as a D365 retail is having. So D365 retail support, sir, as I mentioned, call center functionality will support. It will support your e-commerce business. It will support. It will support your retail store also. It's not that only for these three kind of operation. You can able to use your operation from the mobile also. You can use mobile device also to make the sales. You can maintain the some kiosks. You can able to make the operations. It will support your end-to-end operations. You can create the employee. That employee can able to assign, okay, this employee is part of the cashier, this employee is part of the manager, supervisor. You can able to design your screen layouts. That means as a manager, I can able to see one screen. As a cashier, I can able to see some buttons and some screen difference. Right? You can able to control the operations also. As a manager, you can able to allow to give the additional discount also. As a cashier, you should not able to give the discounts. So those kind of permissions also we can able to manage, right? So everything will be centralized information. We can able to detailed discussion about going further onwards, right? So let me just show you. Yes. So here the major one is in whatever the things you are configuring. That means you are doing the setups, right? What is your output? Your output is simple thing. You wanted to make sales into the stores level. You wanted to make the sales into the store level. That's a physical stores. Second one, customer can able to place the order from the e-commerce. That's the second output. The third one, customer can able to place the order via telephonic order also. So to achieve these three outputs, there are a lot of configuration which is involved. If it is in retail store, then you have to create your receipt printer, barcode printer, cash drawer. These are the part of your hardware setups. The same time, you have to create your retail store. You have to create the POS missions. You have to create the cashiers. You have to define the screen layout. So there are a lot of configuration which is involved. So as I told, right, we'll be going for the each and every component. We'll take as in one business model first, retail store. We wanted to create three different retail stores. One is in Hyderabad, one is in Karnataka, one is in Chennai location. So one store is in fashion store, one store is in digital store, one store is in supermarket store. These three stores is belongs to the one single company, Reliance company you can consider. So how you can able to complete your fashion store, how we can able to complete the digital store, how we can able to complete the supermarket store, what kind of setups is differ from one model to one model, right? So each and every component will try to create the store, will try to create the terminal is something but your billing counters, right? Then we'll try to create employees, we'll try to create the screen layouts, receipts, all the component one by one sequence. Once everything is completed, then I'll try to show you from the system level also how system can execute. There is a POS mission. That means if you observe, right, whenever you're visited to the big bazaar or like in any supermarket, you might be seeing these billing counters, right? So when you're handovering some products, that means soap or shampoo or whatever the products you're handovering to the cashier, what they will do, they will scan the product. If they're scanning the product, automatically system will fetching the information. Okay, this Santur soap belongs to this particular price. These are tax value. How the system is fetching this information? As a retail functional consultant, you are configuring all the masters. As a retail functional consultant, that is our responsibility to configuring the system level. As a cashier, what he will do? He will just scan the product and he will verify and he will collect the amount from the customer and he will hand out the product to the customer. Right? So as a retail functional consultant, you have to think about from all the perspective, customer perspective also, cashier perspective also, manager perspective also, business perspective also. You should configure and you should able to execute the end-to-end process in the smoother way. That is our responsibility. So we are going to discuss about each and every component in detail. So process sale is there. So before processing sale, without master, without product, you can't able to make the sale, right? So there are some other components. That means if you wanted to collect the cash from the customer, where you are going to store the cash. So there is a cash box is there. So when you are scanning the product, so there is a barcode setup is there. Without barcode, you can't able to do it. When you are handling the receipt, so you have to design the receipt. That means Microsoft will give the standard receipt. On top of that, you can able to modify and you can able to make the design as per your business requirement. Those things also will try to execute going further. How you can able to make the receipt changes, how you can able to verify it all that. Same thing. It's as a retail function consultant, you should know there is a lot of other component which is relevant to the finance purpose. That means you can able to calculate the taxes. So when you're scanning the product, that product is belong to this particular tax code. Those information also will be going to cover going for the session. How we can able to override the taxes, how we can able to nullify the tax value. Suppose one item, it should not calculate the taxes, but in the system there is some mistake, it is calculated the tax. But customer should not pay the tax amount, right? He will say that no, I don't want to pay the tax amount since it is a non-taxable product. Then we have to do tax exemption process. So first you have to configure in the system. Without configuration, system will not take automatically. System is like, you can just say it's kind of robo. You have to give proper input and you can expect the proper outputs. Without giving the proper input, system only it won't calculate, or system will automatically not design anything. System always wait for the inputs. Whatever the input you are giving, based on that inputs only, system will try to give the proper output. Right? So going further, each and every input I'll try to explain theoretically. I'll try to show in the system level what input we are giving and what level we are giving. Then I'll try to show you what is the output. So output for retail store, you have to always depend on the billing counter. That's a store level. Right? So here we have the billing counters. Let me just show you what is mean the billing counter. Then you will get to understand. Right? Let's take the one. Right? So whenever you wanted to purchase some product, right, as a customer, you will be taking some product and you are hand over to the cashier. What cashier will do? He will scan the product from the particular, these are billing counters. So each and every store can maintain multiple billing counters also, like 1, 2, 3. It's depend upon your store capacity. So each and every store will maintain, right, billing counter. Right, we have multiple type of billing counters into the retail store also. We can just say there is one is a modern POS. We'll detail discuss about what is meant by the modern POS, what is meant by the C POS. Right, those things we'll try to discuss in detail going further. Why? Because it will get confused. Right, first you should understand what is meant by the POS, point of sale. Then under the point of sale, we can say modern point of sale. That means you can install as an app. You can install as an app one. Then you can able to use in your Windows phone, right? Apple phone, Androids, right? It will support your laptops, tablets. It will support your, you can just say it is supporting the systems also, laptop also, tablets also, Android phone, iPhones, Windows phones, all the things it will support as a modern POS. These are app based. That means how you are installing the WhatsApp app, right? The same way you can able to install the modern POS as a one app. Right? Once you install the app, you can able to check like I said from here. Retail modern POS. It's a app based. That means you have to install, then you can able to use as a modern POS. This modern POS is connected to each and every store. Each and every modern POS is connected to the store. That means you have to create the store first, then you have to create the POS mission, then you can able to connect your POS mission to stores level. So those things also we'll try to discuss in detail. Right? As I mentioned, these are modern POS. There is one more component called CPOS. That means it is a browser based. That means here there is no installation is required. There is no app. There will be we'll be getting as one URL while creating the POS bill. Then based on the URL, you can able to use as a web application. If internet is not there, you can't able to use the CPOS. If internet is not available, still you can able to use the MPOS with the offline. There is a concept called offline. Will be discussed in detail. What is maybe the offline architecture? What is maybe the online architecture? Why CPOS is not supporting to CPOS is not supporting to the offline method? What is the limitation? Those things also we try to discuss in detail. Right. So it's not only for the retail one, as I mentioned, will be detailed discuss about the call center functionality. Within one Reliance company, we'll try to create the physical store also, we'll try to create the call center store also, we'll try to create as a online channel also. Then you'll try to compare, okay, I'm creating order from the website. That order I wanted to deliver from the stores. That is also possible. That is called, we'll be calling as an omni-channel experience. Customer can visit to the website and he can place the order. He can expect the delivery from the store also, or he can expect the pickup from the store. That means, let's consider as a Madhu is a customer. He is placing order from Amazon. While placing the order, he is not expecting this particular product to deliver to his home address. What is telling? I will go nearest store. Consider if he is in Hyderabad, Kukatpalli, he will be placing order nearest stores. Okay, in Kukatpalli, nearest is in Gachibowli, or like I said, high-tech city. He can check, okay, is there any nearest stores for the particular location? Then he can place the order and he can say, I will visit to the store physically and I will collect the products from the stores physically. But he is placing order from where? E-commerce channel. But he can able to pick up from where? He can pick up from the physical stores within the same organization. Right? So that's something but the omni-channel experience, but those things also we'll try to discuss about in detail. Let me just show you some scenarios so we'll be getting understand here. Yeah. Buy online, pick up in the stores level. Buy online, ship to store. That means directly from the online channel, they'll be shipping this particular order to the home address. You can buy call center, then you can pick up this into the store level. You can buy call center level, you can expect this particular order delivered to home address. You can buy in one store, you can pick up in another store also. Suppose as a customer, I am visiting to the Kukatpalli. So when I wanted to check the polo shirt in Kukatpalli store. In Kukatpalli store, polo shirt is not available. What I'm expecting as a customer, I will ask as a cashier to the cashier, could you please check, is there any nearest stores with the same polo shirt is available? As a cashier, what they will do? They will check from the same system. They will not connect to the other system. They will check from the same system since they're having the centralized data into all the stores. They can check via there is a function called inventory lookup. With the inventory lookup, they can check from the nearest store is in high-tech city. Then polo shirt quantity is available or not. Guys, can you please go to the mute?
Could you please unmute yourself, please?
Yeah. So, right. So when customer is visiting to the physically Kukatpalli store, but since the product is not available in the Kukatpalli store, he can request nearest stores, either from the high-tech city, either from the Panjagutta, different nearest store. He can look whether the particular quantity is available nearest store or not. If it isn't quantity is available, then he can pay the amount into the same store and he can collect the goods from the high-tech city store. So as a omni-channel experience, D365 has capability to maintain this many. It's not only for this many, there are n number of features is available. I'm just giving you some simple example so that you will get compare. Okay, as a customer, I'm going to the online, but I can pick up these particular products from the stores. I'm placing order from the call center, but I can go and pick up from the nearest stores. That is called buy online, pick up from the stores. Buy call center, pick up from the store. Buy store one and pick up from the other store. Getting right? So there are a lot of activities is there. Going further, we'll be configuring each and every component and we'll try to execute one live project. We'll create as some items. Then we'll try to make a sales process from different channels, either retail store, either from call center store, either from the e-commerce channels. Okay. So that's it, guys. From my side, if anyone having any questions, we can if you have any concerns or anything, we can discuss.
I'm stopping the recording.